Greetings, Commanders, and welcome back to the broadcasting station. Today, we are going to be taking a look at server 868, a rare server in the fact that there is a three-way tug for power. Normally, it's, English-speaking versus Asians, but on this server, there is a three-way tug of power, and this one includes the Russians. Welcome everybody to Exo Stalker's Ark'z. He is a 211 million power tier 12 player from the guild USG on server 868. We've been waiting to do this one for a while. Exo Stalker has been a fundamental member of this community since as long as I can remember. He even started a Sky Kingdoms guild with us. Wow. And he's a spender. This is an episode of Ark'z. You don't make it on this. You don't make it on this series unless you throw some dough down. Speaking of throwing some dough down, if you're wondering who's participating in this current 2-week event, Exo Stalker's thrown down 90,000 gold. So thank you very much, sir, for supporting our game and our servers. Let's get into your account. So normally what we do in these episodes of Ark'z, what we want to do is kind of figure out how much real money has been spent. And instead of just blatantly asking the person, because it's probably more than I'm going to estimate, we're just going to take a look at the things we know are absolute truths, and then we'll just kind of figure out what it is from there. So we like to start with the commanders and their leadership, the amount of gear they have, and then the research, and then the troops. Troops are actually very expensive in the highest tier of our game. So let's go into commanders. Well, Exo Stalker is running, looks like an infantry main, right? He looks like we got some bullet here with no leadership. Gilly here with 220,000 leadership. All right, good bomb plasma, 20,000 leadership. 280,000 Stella and Hoodoo. Yeah, we're probably going to switch over to Gilly. Let's just get that out of the way. Listen, it's a tier 12 account. We know it's a tier 12 account. We are not going to be using Stella anymore. She just doesn't have the ignore stat guaranteed hit skills that you require in order to compete in the modern meta. And since penetration doesn't work that well yet, Gilly is the go-to high-end infantry commander. So boom, here we go. 500,000 leadership. Thank you very much. Okay, now we're a Gilly main. I did talk to Exo Stalker before this. He did want me to do that. So, yeah, here you go. We're a Gilly main now. So, high excitement. Starting the Ark'z episode off by taking into an account a 500,000 leadership commander. Well, 500,000 leadership in our game is worth about $10,000 in leadership. It takes $30,000 to get 1.6 million leadership. Was it 30,000 is about right. When I originally did the calculation, magazines were harder to get, a little more expensive. Now they're slightly cheaper. So 500,000 leadership, $10,000. But that's not his only commander, right? We've got a Hoodoo here with 12,000. I mean, Bullet's got really nothing. Plasma's got really nothing. I mean, it looks like he's pretty smart here. He's got all of his leadership tied up into one commander. Oh, that was easy. All right, let's take a look at our gear. We've got level 30 Wrath from the Stars. Whoa. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. He doesn't have very much gear. Like, really, his gear has been all recycled out or destroyed. He's got high-level gear for the gear he does have, but he doesn't have a lot of choices. 1 Ghost Mask, 1 Rabbit Ears, okay. 1 Valkyrie, 1 Wrath from the Stars, okay. 1 Devastation Hound, but where are your Eye of Abyss? There's 1 Eye of Abyss, okay. Just 1 of everything, no duplicates here. Okay, well, I mean, he's really running just it looks like just a Gilly, or was a Stella, and now a Plasma Bomb. Yeah, so that's our gear. Bunch of level 30 gear. So 30 here. There's a 38 Titan. Okay. So that's about $1,000. Yo, am I losing my mind here? Where are the energy crystals? What was Stella wearing? How come you Why is there not double gems and everything? Bullet wears that. Gilly wears this. Where's all the double gems? What are we doing with our energy crystals? Hold on a second. Am I getting trolled? Whoa. None of his weapons are double-socketed? All right, Exo Stalker, I'm going to put you on blast a little bit here because I wasn't expecting to see this. you have 55 energy stones, which can be recycled to get the remaining frags you need for that spirit stone. You only need to recycle 22 of them. And then you have a Geist stone here, which you should probably just immediately put into a damage helm, because you're going to be an infantryman. You need a damage helm. You're probably going to want to use the new infantry damage helm, which is this one. So you'll put that into here, right? And then you'll make another 3-socket gem, put it in your chest piece or Magiwell pants, right? And then you can have 5-piece Andromeda by putting energy stones here and here, right? And then you'll go Sagittarius, Gemini, Andromeda, Sagittarius, Gemini, Andromeda, Sagittarius, Gemini, Andromeda, and then you go Sagittarius, Andromeda, Gemini, Andromeda. Then you get 2 4-piece sets and 1 5-piece set of Andromeda with the Wrath of the Stars, with Magiwell Pants for huge crit damage, and then dodge in the chest piece. You have like the perfect build here for your super ghillie now. We just need to get your gear sorted out. You got the wrong. I mean, you put your energy stones to use, bud. Did you not watch my video on how to recycle the energy stones? I hate to put you on blast, but I mean, I was not expecting this, because this gear is it's all, you know. Basically, you got $1,000 in this item here, and the rest of it's $300 to $400 gear, and it really just needs to be completed. You need to throw some gems into this stuff and really finish out this build. But that's the way you run the ghillie. As far as the rest of the gear, I'd say we're looking at maybe $4,000, $5,000 in gear. I was not expecting this. I was expecting the Titans and Tyrants to be energy stoned. I mean, why? There's no reason. It's just a free energy stone. A little confused by this. He didn't warn me about this, so, you know, and I know he has a ton of amazing people in his guild that would totally help him with this. So I'm assuming this is either an oversight or he just hasn't fully committed to the new galactic battle yet. But come on, Lawgiver, Pickle Rick, help this guy out, you dick. Well, we've seen the confusing gear. Let's jump into the research tab and hope we're not equally confused there. Alright, into the research. All the basic stuff should be done, but after seeing that gear, I want to double check just to be sure. All the developmental stuff is done. Easy. And then advanced battle. Okay, so first thing we see is infantry max. That's expensive. Death Angel, right. Okay, infantry advanced HP 7. This is important for T12 tear space damage, so you're going to want to take that up. Maybe more important than accuracy, because you're running guaranteed. Well, Stella didn't have guaranteed hit, but now you do. But anyway, moving forward, HP is important to get. You definitely want to focus on that. No wasted stats on Walker and Airship. Perfect. And then 5, 5, 5, and then Transcenders. So it looks like he's waiting to do Hyperspace Infantry level 5 next. That's the right thing to do. That's Infantry Mastery. That gives your Tier 12 the best chance of hitting harder and surviving and all that. All the highest level players focus on this first. So get this as high as possible before you go back any further. But then from there, ignore the defense and just go to HP and do this defense last. Okay, so research-wise, we're looking at Tier 12, level 5 Advanced Infantry. I'd say 25,000. All right, now the big question. We know how big our main is. 500,000 leadership. How many Tier 12 troops does he have? Better yet, let's take him for a cruise out in Ace. Actually, I'm going to gem his gear first, then we're going to calculate the army value. So the first gem I'm adding is a crit gem. Mostly because it's not an essential gem, but you do need to run some crit for, well, Ace and the guild battle, but also you have to be aware of crit wither at the highest level. And since this is a super high level account, I'm going to put that crit on there just to avoid any potential crit wither debuffing. And for this next one here, I could really do anything. Attack is probably best, but I know he's going to run Andromeda eventually. He should. So let's check which Andromeda this is, and then we will use the other one. So this is Andromeda 5. We probably need Andromeda 1. There you go. You see Andromeda 5 here and Andromeda 1. They're both for weapons, but the new 5-piece, they both use 2 different weapon slots, all 5. So there's a 30% attack here. We'll go ahead and take that one and use it. Oops. I'm so sorry. What did I just do? I just repurposed the one gem I wanted to use. What an idiot. Okay, well. I'm so sorry. Oh no, what have I done? All right, let me see what I just did. How bad is that? Oh my god, I turned it into melange. Oh, and he doesn't have any more there. Okay, alright. What an idiot. Okay, so let's try and repurpose some gems. Let's see if we get lucky. If we don't, we'll just grab that other Andromeda 1 jewel, and we'll make it another 30% crit. That way we crit every time. Andromeda 1, weapon, 34% accuracy. You know what? Let's not do that. Inlay. not sell. I don't know how I did that. Alright, there is crit, 36%. There we go. Okay. Now, Gilly's got some respectable gear and gems. Now, of course, these two Andromedas aren't doing much for us yet, but one day he will have the he will use that Geist Stone or Spirit Stone, and that's going to give us 10% penetration, which will be nice. He'll probably want to put it on the Wrath from the Stars. It's just a super high-level item. You're always going to use it. The chest piece and the legs, they're kind of like, should I use Fearless, maybe? Chest piece is like, should I use Shadow? The Wrath from the Stars is pretty much always going to be used. Always. Has so much HP, so that even Devastation Helm that has raw damage, still not as good as the stats you get from the HP and, I don't know, damage reduction, survivability. So I think it's safe to put that third jewel there, but I'll let him do it as that's a very expensive item. Let's take Gilly out for a test drive. Now that we have a 100% crit. Oh, there's a preview. Well, that's a lot of advanced tier. All right, so 1669 is a full slot at 500,000 leadership. An entire slot full of tier 12 at the cheapest price possible is $40,000. His commander is 1/3 the size of a maximum commander, but he has the most expensive troop. So instead of his troops being worth 40,000 a slot, it's worth 1/3 of that, which is what, like 13,000? So 13,000 plus 13,000 plus a little more than a half makes it about 8,000. So we'll call it $35,000 worth of advanced troops. Now, I'm not even adding in the tier 10 or tier 11, which is substantial. There's a lot of them here. If you really wanted to cut pennies here, cut pennies, we're talking thousands of real dollars. You're talking probably another 4,000 to 10,000 in this stuff, which he still has to evolve up. So huge Gilly, huge army. So I have consulted the tablet and I have done the math. Why is this green screening yellow? Why it should be, it's kind of transparent. How crazy is that? Anyway, I've done the math. This account value is $75,000. If you wanted to build this on your own and have your own account just like this, 75,000 real dollars. Woo, that's a new Mercedes. Okay, I just want to say that for those of you guys that don't know much about our community, join it first. Line community, subscribe to the channel, check the description below. There's a lot of information out there about joining the Ark War community. If you play this game, join the community. There's a lot of great guilds out there. And with this server migration feature, you can really take advantage of what this game has been offering and still offers to all of its players. And that is an amazing family and community. I joke about this game all the time, saying it's the worst game ever made. I never recommend it to anyone, but it truly is one of the best clan and family style games I've ever played. It's got a robust community, and it was so easy to build a YouTube channel around it. And that is essentially because of people like Exo Stalker and Serenity, or should we call her Mama? Serenity runs a great guild. She really does. She always has. She literally is like, you know, what do they call them? Den mothers. She runs the guild bank here. They have this great thing in their guild. I think everyone should know this. It's so hard to take an account like this and not make everyone just pour money and pour resources to this tier 12 player. And it's hard to convince other players to do it. But what they do on their guild, the way they do it is the new members donate to the guild bank. And if you hit the 10 million threshold, I think it's like 2 million food Monday, 2 million parts Tuesday, 2 million electric, 2 million gas, and then Friday, 2 million cash. If you do the minimum threshold, you can start withdrawing from the guild bank. And they're pouring money into their tier 9, tier 10 players, not just their tier 12 players. And all the while, players are realizing that the biggest accounts are the ones that are going to get them furthest in galactic battle and win the server fights. So I started this video by saying it's a three-way war. I want to end on that. So just wanted to give shout-outs to the guild, right? Serenity, amazing work. There's a lot of other players in this guild too. Lawgiver's a huge community guild member or community player. And Pickle Rick, even though he's a bit of a dick, you know, we give him a shout-out because we like him. I hear that Thork, whatever you want to call him, and Blackheim's Tina have joined this guild, or joining this guild as well. So welcome you guys to USG. And let's take a look at what I think is the weirdest thing. It's usually there's a three-way power dynamic, but on this server there's a three-way power dynamic. 3 guilds. CUN, huge powerhouse, right? And then USG, the Valiantones. It's the Valiant ones, but Valiantones. And then ARGWTF, which is Andrew's guild, a Hoppin', if you guys remember him. He's been around since the beginning, right? There he is. But yeah, there's a three-way struggle for power, and it's a primarily English-speaking, family-oriented guild. They're going to last forever. I think they have a great formula for how a guild functions, and I wish the best of luck to you guys. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to come and take a look at Exo Stalker's account. Still confused about the gear, but I hope he does what I recommend and goes with that Sagittarius, Gemini, and then a 5-piece Andromeda. And I just marked on... Dang it! I just marked on my jacket. You can barely see it. Okay, whatever. Casualties of war. That's the end of the video. In the pre-episode interview, they kind of let me in on a secret on how they do their donations, which I think is absolutely brilliant. So whenever you take a capital, right, out on the map, you end up getting all the taxes in gold, and that gold comes back to your guild, and then you can look in your guild, and you can see your property right here, right where my head was. So what they do is if all their members are donating to the guild bank, and they set a certain threshold, if we hit 200 million food, 200 million parts, today we're going to release 50,000 in guild bounties to all 50 players online at 8 p.m., right? So it really incentivizes players to send resources in who aren't using them to players that need them right now, but then also gives that back in gold bounties, because what else do you do with this gold except give it to your biggest player who ends up spending millions and millions of gold, and 100,000 gold does nothing for him. It's a great way to incentivize your low spending and free-to-play players to just donate their resources to the bigger players when they need them. I know, donating to big players. As this game gets further and further on, it definitely does feel like you need to push the big players, and a lot of people aren't happy about that. But once you get tier 9, tier 10, and then realize the cost of tier 11 and 12, more players get on board for that. But anyway, that's a discussion for another video.